Last week I did a show and tell on the 25th anniversary UV5R that's being sold from Radiodity. And a part of that video, I showed that this has a spurious emissions problem, specifically the second harmonic, but I couldn't very well leave it at that because obviously I really like the color of this. So I decided to fix it, and let me show you how I did that. It's a little dirty, right? Spectrally, it's within the 40 dB of the fundamental and the second harmonic, but the second harmonic was outputting too much power. Well, we found out, though, as we kind of knew, that the GT5R, well, it has no problem. It's actually very, very clean. It's one of the reasons why I recommend this radio. Is very clean, no spurious emissions, $22, great radio. But obviously, we can make a swap here. And so if you haven't seen this, I'm going to show you how to swap the case and the buttons, because I want the 25th button on the vice versa. I want to keep it all here. Put the guts. I want to get the Baofeng guts into the orange Baofeng. So let's do that now. We're going to take off the batteries for these radios. And there's a hack here that I love this hack. This is actually one of the cooler things you can do with a Baofeng. There's a nut, it's like a crown nut that goes on the outer side of the antenna connection. If you take the volume knob off, at least some of them have the knurling will fit. Ah, this one doesn't. Interesting. Let's see if this guy has it. It does. There's some little pegs on the inside. I don't think that's a process of the manufacturing and whatnot. But if you go into the Baofeng, you should be able to... Oh, and it's not going to work on this one. Let's see if it'll work on this one. This should work. Yeah, it slots in there, and then this comes right off. So, yeah, check that out. If you didn't know that, that's a really handy hack. And there's your crown nut. And that's our connector. You got another one right here. Not going to come off with that because it doesn't reach far enough, right? So you're going to have to use a pair of needle nose pliers to take that off. So I'll show you how to do that too. This is a bit hacky, but I'm sure there's a better tool. I don't have it, so I'm just going to go in here and take my 2 needle nose plier leads, ends, whatever, and push them into the hole and rotate. Yeah, and then go slow. You're trying not to mar up this material, not trying to damage the volume control, and there you go. It comes off. It's off. All right, let's take off. These are star bits, so one of these will be the right one. I think that's it. Or Torx bits. Oh man, that's a tight fit there. You have to take off these guys too. Careful, this is under tension. There's a push button here for releasing the battery, so hold it down as you take the screw out. And there's the spring. Okay. Don't lose the spring. Don't lose the flippy paddle. It goes underneath this guy like that. Actually kind of like has a little hole there for it. Okay, so now we have almost disconnected Baofeng. I take off these screws. Now, these posts are kind of in the way, so you need to like lift this end up, the bottom, and lift it up and draw everything out. So a couple ways to do that is you can just push lightly on the keypads and then it'll come out. Most of the time it won't come out as easy as this one is coming out, so just keep that in mind. Just take your time with it because you don't want to damage any of the connections here. I like to use a spudger, get a little leverage, work your way around. A bit of glue, so keep that in mind. Make sure you're not impinging upon. You gotta clear this right here, so. There we go. So keep that in mind. You're gonna be putting a lot of pressure on this earbud connector, and the speaker's right there, so be careful with that. It's usually glued into place. Here's your keypad. Now for me, since I'm desiring the reusing of these cases between, I just need to get the body of this radio into this one. I'm just going to desolder the speakers and just reuse them. So let's desolder this guy off. I've got my iron set to 700 degrees, or it will be shortly as it comes up to temp. They're just tapped into place. They're just like a surface mount solder, so they're really easy to take the solder out for, so just keep that in mind. So now we got to get into this guy. The crown nut is different, so we're going to bring back our needle nose guys, and I'm going to slowly turn. Yeah, I broke it loose, so now you just go with one. Now just do everything we've already done again. I am going to be putting a belt clip on after this too, so I've got that out from the kit. Remember, this has a spring on it, so don't go crazy. And there's the spring. Push button came off. Top bit, side bit. Okay, now let's take the bottom Torx out. Oh, that one was in real tight. Torx is a great screw when you're going to have a lot of force behind something. I find very less likely, will ever strip a Torx. A little bit more shrouded. A lot of bit more shrouded, actually. Okay, we got it up easier. And then I'm pinging right here, so I'm going to come in like that. And that should just come out like that. Okay. Oh, the speaker's in a different place. So let's take a look at these guys as close as I can. I'm seeing some major differences on the PCB under the screen here. So this is the dirty one, so we're getting that off to the side here. This is our clean one. So how we're going to do this is we just need to re-solder the wires over. So I'm just going to go in here. I'm not going to add solder if I don't have to. Let's see if we can do it. And for testy purposes, I'm going to hold the battery into place. Okay, we got speaker, so good. I'm going to put him on the side for a second. He's ready to roll. And then the Anniversary is going to go back into this guy. I guess I could just throw him out, to be honest with you, because it's a spurious transmitter, right? But I don't know. I don't know if I've got the heart for that. Okay, let's try this.
Frequency mode.
Okay, fantastico. All right, we're going to put that one on the side because, frankly, I don't care as much about it. I can stop the video after we get this one back in. So I'm going to put this onto the radio. The PTT button didn't go anywhere. I'm going to slide this in. Give it a little push. It's kind of dirty under the screen. Fits right in place there. Pretty good. So for this guy, I'm going to take our spring. All right, 2 sizes of screws here. Okay, the long ones go in the bottom here. I'm going to get this guy pretty torqued down. Let's test it.
Frequency mode.
Yep. Okay. So I'm going to use the crown nut on the other radio, from the radio that it is. So I'm also going to use the volume control knob too, because I like the little screw capability we have here. And that is it. That is how you swap a Baofeng UV5R.
Frequency mode.
Easy, really easy. The only thing to keep in mind of is that little piece there. You got to make sure you get in between the grommet and the case so that it slides out. This is actually this back plane, if you will, this piece right here. That's the plasticky bit you see is actually connected to this guy. So you need to get in between the case and the grommet by going behind it and then sliding it so that this big socket can pass by the plastic. So I used a little spudger to go in like that, and then it slid right through. So that's it. Now I can go program this thing up with my preferred MirKit programming cable. I'm going to rename this so it says 25th, and I'm going to pretend like I have a UV5R 25th edition, but really, it is a GT5R. And yes, I'm going to reinstall this, but believe it or not, it's much faster to just do stuff, not recording it. So yeah, I'm just going to go do that on my own right now. So, all right, so proof that I'm a man of my word. Here is my Baofeng, and we're going to key up. So we're listening on 293.04, which is the second harmonic. And nothing. We're looking right towards the middle here, right? And there's no signal seen. So this is a clean Baofeng. Let's show the fundamental. 146.520, and there is our transmitting frequency. So yeah, transmitting 146.520, we can see the signal. We don't see it on the second harmonic, which we did on the Anniversary edition before the mod. And yes, I swapped the sticker too, GT5R. Now, if you want to do this yourself, it's not that difficult. You can literally just, you saw the video, you know what I did. The GT5R is available on the Radioddity website for $22, so you're almost doubling the cost of your Anniversary Baofeng. But you get a very clean Baofeng. The GT5R is the cleanest Baofeng I've ever put on a spectrum analyzer. So should anyone go this distance to have a clean Baofeng? Well, maybe. I don't know. I don't want to transmit on a second, third, or fourth harmonic and have that get picked up on some frequency on a different service that I don't want to be transmitting in, or I'm not licensed to be transmitting there. So I always argue that having a clean radio is always your best bet. And so that's why I did this modification. It's working perfectly fine now. Nothing's changed. It's the same user operation for every other Baofeng, but you can know that it's clean. If you want to just own a clean Baofeng, the GT5R is the way to go. The link will be in the video description. You can check it out. It is over at Radioddity. That is an affiliate link for mine, so just be aware of that. I am Josh, KI6NAZ. Thank you for watching, and I'll talk to you later. 73.